We have stayed 3 days here in Olten, and now we're moving on to the next destination, Gudvangen. And what we're going to see there is a historical thing that I think you will think is very interesting. Driving here to Gudvangen, we drove through a lot of tunnels. And one of the tunnels we drove through is the longest tunnel in the world for road traffic. And it's 24.5 kilometers long. It's really crazy to drive that long under a mountain. When we go on vacation, we usually bring a lot of stuff with us. And as you can see here, we have a lot of stuff with us. We have bicycles and we have our paddle boards, and it all takes room to transport. The car is completely full with our clothes, our recording equipment and stuff like that. So it's really great to have some room here on the camplet for transportation and for storage. As you can see, we have mounted a bicycle rack here on the top. And as you can see, there's room for even more stuff here. There's also this box out here, transportation box here, luggage box, where you can store all the technical stuff. And when I remove all this stuff, there's some secret rooms down there where you can put all the wet stuff. That's really good. And of course, there's also storage inside the camplet. Now we have removed all the stuff from the top of the camplet, and it's time to set up the camplet. And it's really an easy process. And our record is 1 hour from when we start driving into the campsite and sit in the awning just relaxing. So let's get started, and believe me, you don't have to follow me for an hour doing this. I will do some high-speed stuff so you just see the main things about it. Now we're done putting up the basics, and I have plugged every corner. So now we can start putting in the rest of the plugs. But I guess you guys know how to do that, so I'm not going to show you that. We're in Norway. The ground is really, really hard. Usually I would use these red ones, the standard ones. But here in Norway, it's so rocky ground. So I use these Tarzan Plugs. Really great for traveling up here in Norway. I use the red ones where I can, but usually up here, it's only those. Now we have set up the camplet, and I promised to show you the storage room we have in here. We use this sleeping cabin here, which we also sleep in. We use it for storage when we drive from A to B. All the stuff we have here is really a lot. We have our bed sheets, we have our pillows, we even have the cushions we use in here to making a sofa and making a bed in here. We have 2 chairs and a table, and our power cable as well. So there's a lot of storage room in here from when you travel from A to B. In between the 2 sleeping cabins, there's storage room as well. You can see it here, or you can exit it from the side here. This is the part we use for a wardrobe. Today we decided to stay here at the campsite because the weather was really bad when we woke up. We're supposed to see a Viking Village over here, but we're going to postpone that until tomorrow. So we're going to just stay here at the camplet, at the campsite today. Mountain camping here, where we're staying right now, is really back to basic. It doesn't have many pitches, but it does have some cabins over here as well you can rent. It only has like 2 showers and 2 toilets, but since the campsite isn't bigger than it is, it's plenty for the people staying here. I haven't been standing in line even once. It's really pretty located right next to the river and close to Gudvangen, where we're going tomorrow to see the Viking Village. We drove by another campsite right over here, but it didn't appeal to us. Then we saw this one right down the road, and we decided to stay here because it's cozy and yeah, it has personality. The funny thing is, this is the 3rd generation running this campsite. There's a tree right up here, planted up here. The tree was planted by the man who started the campsite 70 years ago. So this campsite is not only cozy, it has a lot of history. So we're going to stay here in the camplet today. The weather is okay now, but I have promised some more rain in a little bit, so we're just going to stay here and have a good time here. Nu skal vi ind og se vikingebyen her i Gudvangen, og det glæder vi os rigtig meget til. Der har været ret meget fokus på vikinger her på det seneste, på grund af en speciel tv-serie. We've just been in seeing this Viking Village here, and it's really interesting because there's a lot of volunteers who works there. Everyone who comes here is interested in the Viking lifestyle, and they live here for their whole life more or less, or for a short period of time. This is open in the winter time as well, and so it can be pretty cool here in the winter time because inside the houses they're not allowed to have these fireplaces, so they have to manage with blankets and stuff like that. And they are really going all in on the Viking lifestyle. You can see different shops around in the village. How you can see how they used to make different stuff like wool and wooden stuff and things like that. Things they use in their everyday life. A lot of the things that are made in here are sold in the little souvenir store here. So you can get really genuine Viking stuff with you home. This camplet dream comes with a kitchen, and it's really nice that you can make some really great food when you're on the road. It's not the biggest kitchen, of course, because this is a camplet and it's really compact. It has this stove with 2 burners on it, and it's got pretty much storage room here. It doesn't come with a cooler, but you can always bring a cooler, and there's plenty of room in the awning for a cooler on the side. Now I'm going to cook some food today, and I'm not going to make this like a cooking program, but I'm going to get something down here. Another really great thing is that there's water here. We have this water tank down here. It's not the biggest one, but it's water. And I have this handle here, and I push this button, and then I get fresh water to cook my food in, or to brush my teeth or wash my hands. What is really great about this is it's a flexible water unit. You can bring it outside and use it there as well. So you can use it for a shower. There's a shower head for it. Or you can use it as it is here. You can use it to bathe your dog or your feet or your kids. But you can use it here in the kitchen too. So it's really a flexible water solution. If you want to use water in the camplet, it's really easy. You have the water system, and you also have this bucket here, and it's collapsible. So when you travel from A to B, it's just push it together, and it takes no room out in the luggage department. And another thing, you just pull this in, push this in here, and you can pack the camplet together. Really easy system. The shelf down here is really practical because it right now is a shelf, but when you are traveling from A to B, you pull it up and it closes the cupboards and the doors here. But right now it's practical. It's so nice to have extra storage room down there. Here on the stove there is good room for both a pot and a frying pan, and they can stand beside each other without no problem at all. Now I'm going to start frying bacon. And we all know how bacon smells when you fry it inside a house or inside a tent. So I can open this window here, and I open it from the outside. And if you see there's this mosquito net here, so I won't get any insects in while I'm cooking my food. Another good thing is the window opens from the bottom and up, so I can just put it out in an angle outside. And even though it rains, I can still get some fresh air in and some food smell out. There's also good working space here on the countertop. So it's not a big kitchen, but pretty much it's the same size as in most of the caravans, for instance. And now, dinner is served. We have been staying here in Gudvangen for 2 days, and it's an amazing place to stay. It's really nice and quiet and a beautiful nature. But now we're moving on to the next destination.